31-year-old woman, 9 months pregnant.
The pregnant woman coming home from her baby shower who was shot and killed in cold blood.
Police are searching for Justin Soriano, Young's ex, who they say shot her in the head and disappeared, leaving her and her unborn baby to die.
This is the story of Shanice Young, age 31, who was 8.5 months pregnant when she was shot dead in front of her 2 children after just spending the evening celebrating her own baby shower. She was shot as she tried to separate her ex and her new boyfriend, the father of her unborn baby, from fighting one another. Shanice Young was bringing gifts from her baby shower into her building lobby when she was gunned down by her ex in the presence of her present boyfriend. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jessica Moore. We begin tonight with a pregnant Harlem woman gunned down outside her apartment building. This happened after she had just gotten back from her own baby shower. CBS 2's Thalia Perez has the story.
Based on this case, we will be heading to Bronx, New York, the birthplace of rap and hip-hop music and also the home of the famous professional baseball team, the New York Yankees. The Bronx is known to be the 3rd most densely populated county in the United States. Shanice Young, 31, who had 2 children, was 8.5 months pregnant with her 3rd child when disaster struck. She was coming home from her baby shower and unloading presents when she found herself between 2 men arguing shortly after 1 a.m. at West 128th Street and Frederick Douglass Boulevard in Manhattan. They were her present boyfriend and her ex-boyfriend. Shanice, who lived nearby, had just left her own baby shower when Soriano, her ex, showed up and confronted her current boyfriend. Soriano confronted the new boyfriend and chased him into the building. When the 2 men returned to the sidewalk about a minute later, Shanice intervened and asked Soriano, "What are you doing here?" As she tried to make peace between her ex-boyfriend and the father of her unborn child, the 8-month pregnant woman was attacked and fatally shot in the head. She was rushed to Harlem Hospital but could not be saved. Children, including 2 of Young's, were inside the car as the confrontation played out. Shanice had 2 daughters of her own and the 3rd one died with her. Shanice moved into the building where she was killed about 3 years ago to take care of her sick mother. Her mother went on to die of ovarian cancer about a year ago, and Shanice had been raising her 2 younger siblings along with her own 2 daughters since then. Shanice's relationship with Soriano, her ex, was dissolved, but he would not accept it. She put him out because he was cheating on her, according to family members. Shanice had 3 orders of protection against her ex Soriano since their split, but he would not give up despite that. Shanice was very scared of him, according to her dad. Soriano had been stalking her. He was lying and waiting in front of her apartment on the day of the murder.
A pregnant woman is killed after her own baby shower. The search for the person who shot her. And tonight, that mother-to-be shot and killed near her own home. And there's a growing memorial outside of the apartment building in Harlem where this happened. News 4's Ida Siegel live on the corner of Frederick Douglass Boulevard and 128th Street with new information about what happened here and who police believe may be responsible. Ida?
Gilma, I can tell you that there is a family here on 128th Street that's going through an enormous amount of pain. They've asked us to give them their space, which we have. It's why we're across the street from the building where their family member, a pregnant mother, was murdered. We'll show you some video we shot not long ago, and you can see that a memorial has grown outside the building with flowers and candles. Here's what law enforcement sources are telling us at this hour. The victim's name is Shanice Young, 31 years old, pregnant, coming home from her own baby shower in the early morning hours. She was with the father of her child, and they were allegedly unloading gifts from the car when the victim's ex-boyfriend appeared. Police tell us that the current boyfriend and the father of the baby chased the ex-boyfriend, but then lost him. And then that's when the ex-boyfriend shot Shanice 3 times in the head. She was killed right then and there. We're told her baby was also killed, did not survive. Folks in the neighborhood that we've spoken with say they're devastated by this news. They've contributed to the memorial. They say that Shanice was always kind and always in good spirits.
Well, it's a good person, you know, feel upset about what happened because, you know, sometimes you see somebody think they're gone tomorrow. But a good person, so this was tragedy for us to hear about it.
Very, yeah, it was very trash at the end of the day. Like I sat there and said, she was a beautiful woman that loves it, kept it peaceful. But like I sat there and said, this gun violence needs to stop. Because that's an innocent life taken and a newborn infant gone too.
Emotions running high as family members of Shanice Young gathered around a memorial in front of the building where the 31-year-old was gunned down. Police sources say there was a dispute and Young was trying to break up a fight before shots were fired. But a woman who identified herself as the victim's sister says that's not the case.
She was 9 months pregnant. Shanice was a victim.
Police say it happened just after 1 Sunday morning outside of her building on West 128th Street. Neighbors say the victim had just returned from her own baby shower with her current boyfriend.
Shanice had 2 daughters, and the third one died with her.
Stephanie McGraw, the director of We All Really Matter, an anti-domestic violence nonprofit, came to the scene to offer the family support.
We've got to understand how serious domestic violence is and how dangerous it is.
Soriano disappeared after the incident and the police launched a manhunt for him.
New York City's gun insanity. New York cops looking for a young man who they say shot and killed his ex-girlfriend.
Wanted posters for murder suspect Justin Soriano are still up across Harlem. But the 40-year-old accused of gunning down his pregnant ex-girlfriend Sunday along West 128th Street was no longer at large as of Thursday morning.
Emotionless walk of a handcuffed 40-year-old Justin Soriano, escorted by 2 detectives Thursday evening from the NYPD's 32nd Precinct Station House in Harlem. His arrest on murder charges, signaling a moment of relief for his victim's family.
The cops were relieved to have him in custody. They had a press briefing letting the public know he had been arrested.
Good afternoon, everybody. Earlier today, members of the Regional Task Force apprehended without incident a Mr. Justin Soriano, a black male 40 years old, for the brutal murder of Shanice Young, which occurred at 300 West 128th Street on Sunday, September 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Soriano, who has at least 17 prior arrests, faces charges of second-degree murder, acting in a manner injurious to a child and menacing. Friends and neighbors remembered Shanice as someone always eager to help others.
Oh man, she was just the type of person that would take care of everybody. So that's what I remember about her, man. She was just giving, you know.
Shanice would give you anything. She was very generous. She was there any time of the day. If you needed a plate of food or a bottle of water, she was there. If you needed a coat or a sweater, she was there. Several people said that about her.
My daughter was the beautifulest woman in the world. She stepped up when her mother died, took care of her little sister and her brother.
Her father, Thurman Young, told reporters the last thing she told him was she was going to have her baby in 5 days. She said, "This baby is coming in 5 days, get ready." Justin Soriano faces charges of second-degree murder in the death of Shanice.
Elected officials and community leaders joined for a vigil Monday evening at the site of the shooting.
Our condolences to the friends and family of Shanice Young. May Shanice's memory be a blessing for her family and for all who knew her, and may her life and death be an inspiration and a turning point towards justice and increased protection for domestic abuse survivors. Please stay safe and see you guys in the next video.